2 years ago, I got a diagnosis. Pre-diabetic. I was working 7 days a week, raising my daughter alone, running a business that was becoming successful, and completely losing myself. Here is how I clawed my way back to health, and it wasn't pretty. Let me paint a picture of where I was. I was sick all the time. I was working my 9 to 5. I was running my food business. All of my time was devoted to raising my daughter, prepping food, going to work, shopping for the business, pouring into a dead-end relationship, and somehow managing to sleep. I had completely lost myself. And I was fragile, emotionally fragile. I was dealing with flaky staff, exhaustion, and this feeling that I was drowning. When the pre-diabetic diagnosis came in, it was so clear to me. God was telling me to rest, and I had to listen. So I took stock of my life. I asked myself, where am I giving too much and getting nothing in return? Where am I unhappy? What do I actually want? And I had to make some hard decisions. First, I paused my business. This was the hardest one. I was working 3 years straight, 7 days a week. Let that sink in. 3 years, no days off. I was a single, full-time working parent. I worked a 9 to 5, and I was running a business that was growing. But I was sacrificing myself in the worst way possible. Time spent with my daughter was limited to exhausted moments in between shifts. I had no social life. I was so determined to make it that I was literally making myself sick. So I paused. It felt like failure at first, but it was actually the beginning of me saving my life. Next, I got active. And I'm not talking booked and busy. I'm talking physically active. I bought some comfortable shoes and I made walking non-negotiable. If it was a 5 a.m. treadmill workout, or walking on my lunch, or getting involved with sports that I used to love, I got moving. No fancy gym membership, no fancy equipment, just me, some comfortable shoes, and a commitment to move my body every single day. I lost 30 pounds, and I still have more to go, and that's okay. But I want to say something. Do not be afraid to seek out medical weight loss. The journey of losing weight can be so deep. You can find yourself in a rut, but with the right medical help and guidance, you can do anything. And you can find help that's not going to cost you your life. I lost 30 pounds in 1 year, not 6 weeks. Weight loss is a journey, and you have to be realistic about your goals. I know the Instagram transformations, they look good, but this is real life. And real life is slow, steady progress. I started intermittent fasting. 16/8 is what works for me. I usually skip breakfast, and instead I'll have my protein coffee, which is 2 scoops of mushroom coffee, 2 scoops of collagen, 3 teaspoons of sugar in the raw, my nut pod creamer, and a dash of cinnamon. And, that usually holds me over until about lunch. Lunchtime rolls around. Usually it's meat and veggies and quinoa if I have time. Now, for me, dinner is a non-negotiable. That is my time for me and my daughter to bond. And we usually spend that time just talking and catching up on each other's day. So I don't miss dinner. And, that's my schedule. It fits my lifestyle. But you have to decide what works best for you. And that's totally fine. But find what works for you. I improved my sleep hygiene. I bought this Oura Ring in December 2023 after I did a little bit of research, and I realized that poor sleep hygiene contributes to disease in the body. I would brag about how little sleep I got and how much I was able to accomplish. I subscribed to hustle culture and I literally got hustled. I was trading my health for the pursuit of wealth. And it just ended right there. Having good sleep habits is a non-negotiable for me. No longer am I passing up on sleep for the sake of productivity. That's over with. Year 1 was about making changes. Year 2, I had to go a little deeper. Mentally, I maintained my 30-pound weight loss. And let me tell you, losing the weight is one thing. Keeping it off, that is a whole other level of discipline. The same habits that got me to my goal are the same habits keeping me there. Rinse and repeat. There is no going back. There is no finish line where you get to go back to old patterns. Stick to the script. This is a lifestyle now. I left that relationship. Let's be real. Life is so much easier when you don't have someone's lame ass son stressing you out. Drop the dead weight. Focus on your health. Toxic relationships will literally drain you. You don't need that stress. Why allow someone to drain your energy and they bring nothing but stress to your life? Leave it alone. I started aligning myself with new friends. Friends who understood not every outing is going to include drinks. Friends who were also trying to stay active. And also making new connections centered around the health balance that I was pursuing. Your circle matters. If you are surrounding yourself with people who pull you back into your old habits, it's not going to work. Surround yourself with people who align with who you are becoming. And I gave myself grace because every week is not a great week. And there will be bad days. But you can decide if you let those bad days become bad weeks, bad months, or a bad year. Or we can recognize when we're in a funk, seek help if it's too much to handle solo, or get moving. Progress is not linear. Some weeks I nailed it, some weeks I didn't, but I kept going. 2 years later, I reversed my pre-diabetic diagnosis. My doctor was shocked, but I wasn't. I put in the work. Not perfect work, not Instagram worthy every single day, but consistent and intentional work. If you're in that place where I was, exhausted, sick all the time, losing yourself, this is your sign. You don't have to wait for a diagnosis to make a change. Start now, start small, but start. And if you're on this journey too, drop a comment. Let's support each other. What is one change that you are making this week?